So see my feet, and I've got my toes together, heels apart, rotating those knees in like Ron was talking about there earlier. And I'm going to go ahead and keep breathing into the chest. What we've talked about is make sure your hips are forward. So a good gauge of that, I'm going to turn sideways here, is putting your fists on your hips, putting your thumbs out, kind of like your headlights in your car, and they both should be pointed straight ahead. That kind of shows that your hips are pointed straight ahead. Sometimes it's easy, we get a little bit twisted. I know I can get twisted. So make sure they're straight ahead. Let's go ahead and just put our pinkies, kind of make this shaka shape with our hands. Her pinkies on our hips, her thumbs underneath the rib cage. Elevate the rib cage so it's nice and big. Breathe into the rib cage. Even the back of the ribs, put our hands on our back of the ribs too. Make sure you can feel those ribs moving. That's the main thing, is elevate, expand in all directions, side, back, front. And then we're going to go ahead and put our thumbs to our hips. And go ahead and we're going to raise our elbows. And breathe, keep breathing in. And when we breathe out, we keep our elevated ribs elevated. So very noisy kind of breathing, kind of like yoga. Go ahead and trace back down, keeping our rib cage elevated, pushing down to the heels, rotating the femurs in. And this time we're going to come all the way up to sphere of tension. And we are breathing into all parts of our ribs. Here we go, we're going to go right toes up and down, left toes up, down right, down left, down right, left, and then just do 4 more on your own. Make sure if I'm raising my left toes, I'm stretching along that left side. Don't collapse. Anytime we're doing these toe raisers, the idea is not to collapse into that side. Now we're going to go, I'm going to turn the side just so you can see better. Then I'm going to go 1 inch forward, and my rear end goes 1 inch back. 1 more inch. Keep breathing. Rotate those femurs in, push down through the heels. 1 more inch. And let's go ahead and float all the way down to the ground and not touch the ground, but reach. Reach out, hover. Fingertips should be hovering 1 inch above the ground. And breathe. Should be getting comfortable here. Should feel a good stretch in the glutes and hamstrings. Knees slightly bent, as you can see what I'm doing. And let's go ahead and do some toe raises. Right toes up and down, left, down, right, down, left, down, right, left, right, left, and then 4 more on your own. But again, stretching along that side that you're raising your toes. Don't collapse. Stay long. Stay long. And then let's go ahead and come back up all the way to sphere of tension. And then we're going to go ahead and bring our right leg back. And we're going to be 50-50 in our feet. Here we go. We're going to try to stay balanced here. 50-50 in the feet. We're going to spiral. I'm going to turn to the left. My shoulders are turning a little bit more than my hips, but my feet are still pointing straight ahead. And I'm going to come back centered. And then I'm going to rotate to the left again, spiraling, lengthening. So reaching up to the sky as we spiral. Then come back center. Then I'm going to bring my hands in front of me. I'm going to put my left thumb in my right. I'm going to take my right thumb in my left palm, sorry. And so I'm going to trace along the thumb all the way to the shoulder. The hip comes with it. So the thumb and hip move together here. Let's do that again. Keep tracing back and forth. The right hip and the right thumb are moving together as we do this. Let's do this a couple more times. Breathing. This time I'm going to come here and pause. I'm going to bring my hand to a straight. With the straight arm return, the hip and thumb move together. Again, trace, the hip moves, arm comes out, moves, closes together. Trace, thumb comes out, closes together. And I'm going to let's bring our feet together again. Left foot comes back. If you want more challenge, go ahead, bring your foot back further. If you want less, have it less. Just have it comfortable. The heel should be not way up, not down on the floor, kind of halfway up. And we're going to go ahead and bring our hands above our heads, 50-50 in the feet. And we're going to go ahead and spiral to the right. So turn my shoulders further than my hips. My feet stay straight ahead. We're going to come back center. Spiral to the right again. Come back center. One more spiral to the right. Come back center. Hands in front. This time I put my left thumb on my right palm. I'm tracing. And coming back. Hips moving with the thumb. Hips moving with the thumb. Connecting the upper body with the lower body. Let's do that one more time. One more time, and we're going to pause. Bring the hand out straight. Return with a straight arm. Trace. Hand comes out straight. Return with a straight arm. Trace. Hand comes out straight. Turn. And again, here we go. We're going to go ahead and bring our feet together. And this time, we're going to go ahead and switch feet. So now we're back up with our right foot back. But we're going to kind of lean in to the left foot. So 80% of our weight's into this left foot. And we're going to raise our hands. Just kind of get a little more tension in that lower back. We want to stretch that back, stay long, breathe, elevated rib cage, back front. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do some counterbalancing. So the hips come forward as the hands go back, the hips come back. Hips go forward, hips go back. Through this whole range of motion, you want 80% of your weight still in that left foot. So you have to adjust your hip amount that you move it to keep that weight, 80% of the weight, in your left hip, in the left foot. We go one last time and stop. Here we're going to rotate to the left. So we're going to pull that left hip back and rotate to the left. Hip and shoulders move together and come back center. Pull that left hip back again. Come back center. Pull that left hip back. Come back center. Bring our feet together. Left foot comes back. 80% of the weight in our right foot. Hold there. Raise our hands. Breathe. Stay long. Come back. Counterbalance. Hands come back. Hands come forward. Hands come back. Hands come forward. Hands come back. Forward. And then hold. Here we're going to pull our right hip back, so we're bringing our right hip and shoulders together, and back, pull the right hip back again, back center, right hip back again, and center. Hands come up, feet come together, and then we're going to go ahead and trace back down. Hopefully that's starting to warm you up. Just kind of move around, make sure that hip back is all feeling good. All right, I'm going to turn sideways so you can see next, but I've got my feet very wide, 3 to 3.5 feet wide. The outside edges of my feet are straight ahead or a little bit in, so I'm definitely pigeon-toed a little bit, pushing my heels out. And we're just going to start with some rotation of the shoulders. So what we call this our long wing position. And we're just going to rotate the shoulders in. And then we're going to pull the shoulders back out, rotate them in, rotate them out, rotate them in, rotate out. 2 more on your own. Keep your chin tucked in. This whole range of motion, and go ahead and relax. Back to long wing position, and here we make sure we're going to just go ahead and we're going to bend our knees. So let's bend our knees and come forward into this nice founder, rotating those femurs in. And you'll see this natural curve of the spine I keep. Hopefully a nice flat upper back, my chin tucked in. And I'm going to raise my hands, lower them back, and come back here. We're going to do some counterbalancing into that move, but make sure you get into that nice natural curve of the spine throughout the range of motion. Keep that natural curve of the spine as we do these. Rotating the femurs in, rotate out, rotate in, rotate out, rotate in, rotate out. Rotate in, rotate out, stretch the IT band, let it play back up, stretch the IT band, let it play back up, last time, let it play back up, and rest. Good job, you guys. I can't hear your breathing, but I'm sure you're working hard. Here we go. So long wing position again. This time we're going to actually go into our short wing position. So I've got my both hands. I'll turn this way this time. So here we go. My feet are wide still. I want to keep that natural curve of the spine. I'm just going to bring my rear end back with my legs together, rotating my femurs in, and then bring it back out. Rotate in, come back out, rotate in, back out. Stretch that IT band, let it pull you back up. Stretch that IT band, let it play back up, stretch it, play back up, one more, down, and back up. All right, good job, everyone. So I see there's a few people that are new, probably that haven't taken my class before. So the idea of using that IT band to stretch it as you bend could be you're going to pick something off the ground, is hinging at the waist. So that's what we're learning in all these movements is they've been able to hinge at the waist. I need to pick up a pillow, something on the ground. I should just be able to hinge at that waist. Let your legs pull you back up. That way there's less load on your back. So that's what we're trying to teach you. So we're going to get, now that we're a little bit warmed up, we're going to get really warm here. So let's get back into that sideways position. And we're going to do our forward fold, windmill, and gorilla lifts here. Gorilla lifts. So here we go. Long wing position, chin's tucked in, shoulders are back and down, and we come into this nice founder. Weights in our heels, pushing up to the heels. We're going to go ahead and raise our hands, hold, little stress in the back there. And then we're going to go ahead and float all the way down to the ground. Again, we're going to reach, not touching the ground, reaching. Here we go. We're going to go right toes up, down, left, down, right, down, left. 4 more on your own on each side. Remember to stretch on the side that you're raising your toes. Here we're going to go outside edges of our feet, inside edges, outside edges, inside. And now we're going to come flatten out. As you can see, my back's nice and flat. There's no roundness to it. If you need to come up higher, do that. If you can sit down and keep your back flat, that's good. Let's put our left thumb in the right palm and trace up, pull those shoulders apart, trace back down. I'm just going to hop over here so you can see what I'm doing a little easier. Trace back down. This time we're going to trace. I'm going to come all the way up to long extended arm, pulling those shoulders apart. I'm going to trace back down. Right thumb in the left palm and tracing, pulling the shoulders apart, tracing back down. Stay on that side, trace back down. And this time, trace, hold, pull those shoulders apart, all the way up to an extended arm, and then tracing back down. And now I'm going to bring my feet in, drop my rear end, and my hands out. Shoulders above the hands, the rear end. So then I'm going to grill this, hold for 1001, and down, left, 1001, and down, right, palm up, 1001, 1002, and down, left, 1001, 1002, and down, right, 1001, 1002, 1003, and down, left, 1001, 1002, 1003, and down. Good job. I'm going to bring my heels back out, hands to the shins, long wing position, and return to standing. All right. So I think you guys are doing a great job. Here we go. So I'm going to let you rest just a little bit, so I know that takes a little bit out of you. So we're going to work on some things on the ground. So let's go ahead and get comfortable on all fours here. We're going to do some, we're going to do a series of things. And one of them is something that none of the students have done before in my class. So get ready for a little bit something new. Here we go. So we're going to work on Dottie Toes. So what we're doing is we're raising the bottom of our foot to the ground. We're keeping our sacrum nice and flat. No movement in the pelvis. So let's do these together. We're going to do 15 of these. We're going to, when the left foot comes up, the left hand and the right knee have pressure on the ground. So here we go. Let's do this together. Up, 1, up, 2, up, 3, up, 4, up, 5, up, 6, up, 7, up, 8, up, 9, up, 10, up, 11, up, 12, up, 13, up, 14, up, 15. All right. Good job, everyone. Here we go. Got to stay even, so we've got to do that other side here. Again, this time the right leg is going up, but the left, the pressure should be in that left kneecap and the right hand. I apologize to Krista, who has some wrist issues, but anyway. So here we go. She's modifying, I'm sure, as necessary. So here we go. Right leg up, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. Good job, you guys. with this theme. Sorry, Krista. Here we go. We're gonna stay in this position. We're going to bring our knees just a little bit off the ground here, and then we're gonna do some bear crawl forwards and backwards twice. So here we go. I'm just gonna crawl across the ground here with my knees low, my rear low, and then go backwards. And because this is so short, I'm gonna go ahead and go back the other way, and then return. All right. So go ahead and rest there. Hopefully we're getting good at those. Last thing down here on the ground, and we can start doing some other things. So Chris can join us again. All right. So this time we're gonna do donkey toes with our knees off the ground. So that's it. So go ahead and you'll see me. I've got my knees off the ground, shins are parallel, and we're gonna do donkey toes on our left side, left foot up, down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And rest. That takes a little more wind out of me. And then here we go. Let's get this last one over with. So knees come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And let's go ahead and stand up. Rest after that. Actually, okay. I'm gonna have to shed a layer here, sorry. You can see my foundation training shirt now. All right. So the next item we have, just a little time check here. All right. This is awesome. So we're gonna work on, we've worked on foot strength. We're going to do that again here. We've got our feet apart, and now I'm going to go ahead and trace up, come all the way up to sphere of tension, and then I'm going to go on the outside edge of my foot and try to drive get the big metatarsals off the ground, and then I'm coming on the inside edge of my feet and get the pinkies off the ground. Outside edges, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside. 2 more. Inside, outside, and inside. Go ahead and trace back down. Good job. As you know, I have a philosophy of that foot strength is a big part of having good mobility, a good foundation for the rest of the body to bear on. So I'm a strong believer also that shoes do a disservice to having strong feet. So being able to do this in your bare feet, being able to get our feet stronger, I think is imperative to have really a good foundation for holding ourselves up. So let's do that again, except this time when we go to the outside edges, we're going to keep that big metatarsal on the ground of our foot. So we're going to go inside, we're going to lift the pinky, but when we go outside, we're going to keep that big metatarsal on the ground. So here we go, tracing up all the way to sphere of tension. So I'm going to come inside, lift those pinkies off the ground, and then I'm going to come outside, but leave the big metatarsals on the ground. Outside, inside, and outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, and relax. Trace back down. All right. Good job, you guys. Here we go. So here's something also that has not really been taught in our class. I'm going to try to do it close up here. I got to make sure you can see my feet. Okay, so I'm going to bring my foot. I'm going to bring my foot forward, put my knee, the other knee next to it. And so what I want to do here, so everyone go ahead and get on the ground there. Hopefully you can see me. And so let's do this together. So it's best if you can do this. I'm going to turn sideways here too. Here we go. This is a better view now. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to keep moving my knee forward until my foot starts, my heel starts lifting off the ground. So I don't want my heel to leave off the ground. So what I want to do is just kind of be here. It should be comfortable. Just putting pressure on the front of your foot. And we're trying to look for not only foot strength here, but ankle flexibility. So if you have a stiff ankle, like my right ankle is stiffer than my left, so there's a lot of, it creates a lot of problems for me when I run. So just do this. So hopefully that gets comfortable. And for 30 seconds here, we are going to drive, you're going to drive that big metatarsal into the ground as much as you can. So here we go, 30 seconds. From now, go ahead. And we're just trying to drive that big metatarsal into the ground. And you can't see it, but you just have to believe me that I'm doing it. And I'm trying to make an effort to do that using my foot strength to drive it into the ground. Now in 10 more seconds here, we're going to stay in this exact same position, but we're going to try to lift the big metatarsal off the ground. So here we go, 3, 2, 1, and I'm going to try to take the pressure of the big metatarsal off the ground, try to lift the big toe off the ground, but really not move. You can't visibly see anything, but if I was on the ground, I would feel less pressure underneath the big metatarsal now. So keep lifting, 15 more seconds. Try to lift that toe off the ground. And all the way through this, you're doing some work with your feet, but also stretching that ankle, getting some flexibility in there. So now I want you to just relax that big metatarsal. Just allow that stretch into the ankle. The heel stays on the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, good job. So let's go ahead and rest. I'm just going to turn this way. You guys don't have to turn, but I want you to be able to see. Again, we've got to even out here. So again, what I'm doing is I'm just using my hands to roll and you can just move the other leg, your rear end forward. So we're going to start, just the heel stays on the ground, putting pressure. You're just trying to stretch that ankle out here so that when you're walking, running, whatever you do, that there's some movement in there. It shouldn't be really, really stiff. So in another 10 seconds, we're going to start driving that big metatarsal into the ground, just like we did on the right side. So here we go. So go ahead and drive that big metatarsal of your left foot into the ground. Should be kind of hard. Seems like this would be easy. But when you're this active of a move, it's hard. So 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now lift that metatarsal, that left toe off the ground. Lift it. 20 more seconds. Keep lifting. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now relax that big metatarsal. Just try to get some, just keep pushing on that foot. Just hovering, the knee, heels just hovering on the ground, barely touching the ground. Just trying to pull that heel back and ankle back to gain some flexibility in there. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right. Good job, you guys. All right. Hopefully that wasn't too hard. That was a little bit different. And maybe when we do our next set of exercises, you'll feel just a little bit different. So I'm just trying to get my, again, sorry. I want you to be able to see me, so I'm going to sit up. You won't be able to see my feet as much here. But we're going to get into our active part of our class. I'm going to do a quick time check here. Yeah, all right. So I think you can see me. We're going to start off with our toe flickers. So we're just going to pump our arms and flick our toes up as we move across the ground. The feet going back and forth, not making circles, and stopping. All right, so let's go ahead and have our toes out and our natural curve of the spine. Natural, nice flat back. We don't have to go all the way to the ground. Just back up, go down, let your IT band play back up, stretch the IT band, let it play back up, stretch it, let it play back up. Let's go back the other way. Take a step. And rest. Here we go. We're going to have knee grabs here. Knee grabs. So go ahead and keep our natural curve of the spine. Get up on the ball of your foot if you can. Hopefully don't travel too far so I don't get out of your screen too fast. And then I'm going to go ahead and go back the other way. Good job. All right, here we go. We're going to do our butt kickers. So let's go ahead and kick the foot up, raise the hand, get up on the ball of our foot. And then go back the other way. All right, good job. Here we go. We're going to do our little bit of lateral work. So let's put our hands on our hips and just tick-tock our way across the screen. Let's go back one more time. We go Ron's favorite here, over the hurdle. And then let's go underneath the hurdle, over the hurdle, and underneath the hurdle. Let's go back the other way. Over the hurdle, and then underneath the hurdle. Let's go one more time since we have such a short distance here. Stretching. Stretching. All right. Now let's go ahead and put our hands on our hips.
And we're going to go ahead and lean to the left, lean to the right, lean back to the left and hop. Move laterally. Do the same thing this way. Lean to the right and hop. Hop. Kick your heel up if you want to move a little bit farther. And rest. All right. Good job, you guys. So let's see. We're going to go ahead and do a little bit of just landing, practice landing with the bent knee. Trusting with our strong feet that we're nice and quiet as we hit the ground. And lastly, not lastly, but we're going to go ahead and practice pretending we have an imaginary ball. The right arm is extended, and we're just going to lunge our way across the room. And then go back with our imaginary ball. Let's even out. Let's get left arm extended. And then back. And now lastly, let's go ahead and try our challenge move here with our imaginary ball, taking that ball up with the knee, straight arms over the top of the leg, and then come down, and then back up, over the top of the knee, straight arms, and down, up, down, up, and down. And we're going to turn around and finish this out. And down. Down, up, over the top. And rest. All right. Good job, you guys. All right. So before we finalize everything, so there's one last thing we're going to practice as a prelude to next week. It's more of a teaser, so I'm going to go back so that you can see my feet, because that's the most important thing, is that we're going to practice, we're going to raise our foot off the ground, our left foot. You can see I'm really on the ball of my foot there. So not just halfway, up on the ball of my foot if I can. So it might require stretching of the foot. So now, and then as soon as that foot comes down, the other one comes up and down and up and down and up and down. Now, each time we're going to do this a few more times, but I want you to put some pressure into that foot that's up. Okay, put some pressure into the ball of the foot. Maybe a little bit uncomfortable, but let's try to get used to this new position here. So up, 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 up. Put some pressure in there and relax. All right, good job. Let's get in our final position here. Toes together, ankles apart. We're going to go ahead and trace up, and then trace back down. Trace up, all the way up to spirit tension. Breathing. raising the rib cage, keeping the rib cage elevated, pulling the belly away from the waistband. Go ahead and trace back down. All right, that's our foundation training class, everyone. Glad you're able to join me today.